This is Jarrod Horak, and in this video, I'm going to analyze the Pacific Classic at Del Mar on Saturday, August 30th. And it goes as the 10th race, the Grade 1, $1 million Pacific Classic for 3-year-olds and up, 1.25 miles on the main track. Scheduled post time is 9:11 p.m. Eastern Time. Now we'll meet the field. Number 1 is Fierceness. He's 3-1 morning line. Todd Pletcher's the trainer. John Velasquez is going to ride. He's his regular rider. He's 6 for 12 lifetime. He raced once at Del Mar. That was in the Breeders' Cup Classic last fall. He was part of a fast pace. He ended up finishing second behind Sierra Leone that day. He's probably going to impact the pace from the inside post. Another horse that should be forwardly placed, number 2, Midnight Mammoth. Craig DeLassie's the trainer. Armando Ayuso is going to ride this one. And at 12-1 morning line, he was 12-1 last time in the Gold Cup at Santa Anita, a Grade 2 at 1.25 miles. He pressed the pace. He led. He finished second. Skippy Longstocking won that one. Number 3, Ultimate Gamble. He's going to step up in class. He was in a 4-horse optional claiming event at Del Mar at 1 mile last time out. He finished second by a neck. He was placed first through disqualification. He's 20-1 morning line with Kazushi Kimura aboard, and Mark Glatt is his trainer. Number 4, Nysos. He's your 8-5 morning line favorite for trainer Bob Baffert. He's 5 for 6 lifetime with a runner-up finish, and he's 2 for 2 at Del Mar. Flavien Prat is going to ride, and he won the local prep race for this, the Grade 2 San Diego Handicap at 1.25 miles, at 1/16 as the favorite last time out on July 26th. Number 5, Indispensable. Trainer John Sadler. Paco Lopez is going to ride, and he's 15-1 morning line. And he's raced at Del Mar 5 times, and he finished in the top 3 in all 5, including a victory, optional claiming, non-winners one other than at 1 mile last time out, post 8 in a 10-horse field. He rallied to win by a neck. Number 6 is Journalism. He is 9-5 morning line. Michael McCarthy, Umberto Rispoli. 9 starts, 6 wins, 2 seconds, and a third. He's 1 for 1 at Del Mar. He's the only 3-year-old in this event, so he will get a weight break. All the other horses will carry 124 pounds. Journalism will carry 118 pounds. Number 7, Lure Him In. He's 20-1 morning line. He's an 8-year-old gelding with 53 starts, 11 wins, 10 seconds, and 9 thirds. He's raced once at Del Mar, and that was last time out. Optional claiming event in that Ultimate Gamble event. He was third, beaten a half length in that 4-horse field. So Hector Berrios will probably try to get him involved, probably most likely tracking the pace in here. And then number 8, Tarantino. He's another one that can be forwardly placed under Edwin Maldonado from the outside post for trainer Peter Urton. He was third, beaten 6 lengths after pressing the pace in the Grade 2 San Diego last time out. That race was won by Nysos. And now we're going to look at the recent runnings of the Pacific Classic at Del Mar, and then also 3 Breeders' Cup Classics at Del Mar. So the last 12 runnings of the Pacific Classic plus 3 runnings of the Breeders' Cup Classic, and we're going to find out where the 15 winners came from after 4 furlongs, and that is the first pace call. So at the first pace call, 7 of the winners were first after that first pace call, so they were able to go wire to wire. 3 of the winners were second after the first pace call. 3 of the winners were third. So that's 13 of the 15 races at 1.25 miles, 12 Pacific Classics and 3 Breeders' Cup Classics. The horses were first, second, or third after the first pace call, so you probably want to be forwardly placed. Now, the 2 horses that rallied from off the pace, Shared Belief, he was 5th at the pace call, and then Sierra Leone in last year's Breeders' Cup Classic in the fall, he was 10th at the pace call. That was a fast pace that day. So we're looking at horses a length less or less back after the first pace call. So they were either a length behind or on the lead, 11 of the 15 winners. And then 1.5 lengths back, we had 1 winner, Accelerate. And then 4 lengths or further back at the pace call, we had 3 winners, and they were Beholder, Shared Belief, and Sierra Leone. So typically, horses are forwardly placed, like the 2024 Pacific Classic. Mixto upset the field. He was second at the pace call. That was a good effort that day. And the top 4 finishers were second, first, fourth, and third at the pace call, so they were forwardly placed. Arabian Night, a 3-year-old, won this Pacific Classic in 2023. He was first at the pace call. Prior to that, Flightline was second at the pace call. Tripoli was third. So as you can see, horses typically are more forwardly placed at the pace call. And then the Breeders' Cup Classics, as I said, Sierra Leone rallied from 10th place. And then we had Knicks Go and Gun Runner, the other two Pacific Breeders' Cup Classic winners at Del Mar, at a mile and a quarter. They were first at the pace call. So overall, it looks like it's a speed-friendly distance. And now we're going to look at the Today's Racing Digest past performances, and we'll see if we can get the winner and my top 4 contenders out of this event. And the past performances in this video are provided by today'sracingdigest.com. And we'll look at the race header first, and we'll look at the speed and pace forecasts, and we'll see that Nysos and Lure Him In, they have the best fire number. Fire number is speed throughout a race, and Nysos is a horse that can just keep his speed going, but he hasn't gone this far yet, so we'll have to see if he can go this far. But his numbers do suggest that he will be able to. And then some of the other numbers, the CPR, that's the comprehensive performance rating, which takes into account pace, final time, and closing fraction. You'll see Journalism has the best number. That's not surprising. He has a nice finishing kick, a nice even running style as well. They can place him anywhere, and just he can just keep that cruising speed going over a long distance. The fast fig, that's Journalism as well at a 137, and then the best final time rating goes to Journalism at a 152. Now we're looking at the next thing over. That's the race competition levels. So that is the next thing we're going to look at, and those are the class ratings for Today's Racing Digest. And you'll see highlighted in green, and you will see Fierceness has mostly the best class ratings, and he's run in a lot of quality Grade 1 races, and that doesn't surprise me that he's got the best class ratings. And then Nysos would have the second best class ratings in this field. For Journalism, he's not on there on the class ratings because he is a 3-year-old, and this is the highest class level as he's taking on older in this spot. And then we'll look at the best final time ratings for the last final time rating, Journalism with a 152. Then we have the best rating for Nysos at a 164, the best on the dirt surface at a 164, and then Fierceness with a 155 at best at the distance of a mile and a quarter. And for Fierceness, he's one that he doesn't always run his race. If he's able to get out there and maybe set the pace from the inside post, because he's one that typically he likes to have a nice clean start. He's usually comfortable tracking the pace on the outside. If he can do something like that, he usually runs a quality race. But he's one from the inside post. They're probably going to have to hustle him out of there. He's going to have to get a good position, because I mentioned Midnight Mammoth breaking right next to him has some speed. A horse like Nysos, they can place him anywhere. Same with Journalism. They'll probably be at least comfortable tracking the pace. And then you may see Lure Him In and Tarantino in the outer posts, especially Tarantino with Edwin Maldonado, an aggressive rider aboard, maybe trying to get forwardly placed. So the important thing for Fierceness is going to be the start. If he can get out of the gate, get a good start, maybe if he can get out there and set the pace and control the pace like he did when he was a 3-year-old in the Florida Derby, that's the last time he set the pace. Other times he's just comfortable tracking the pace, but the start is key for him. If he gets out of the gate, gets into a good early pressing rhythm, he's fast enough to win this race. He has quality pace ratings, he has quality final time ratings, and he also has quality class ratings. So he fits with these, he just doesn't always run his race. And we'll look at Nysos next, and he's a horse that he's just always running quality races. He's always right there, and he's one that he likes Del Mar. He won the local prep race for this last time, getting a 149 final time rating. Seemed to have plenty in the tank at that mile and a 16th event. He's going to step up, face a better field here, but he's always been a good horse, and he's always been held in high regard. So Nysos has all the numbers. He has the connections. He has a versatile running style. He's a solid contender. Now, Indispensable would be my live long shot in here. I don't think he can win, but I think he's a horse that's capable of at least hitting the board. He was in some stakes races as a 3-year-old, and he was hitting the board in those races, even a Grade 3 placing in a mile and an 1/8. And then this year, his first start, he disappointed, but then he bounced back with a big win at Del Mar at 1 mile last time, getting a 140 final time rating with a 141 pace rating. So he's one that can sit in mid-pack, I think, under Paco Lopez. And I wouldn't be surprised if he could hit the board for trainer John Sadler. John Sadler has had success in the Pacific Classic in the past, so he knows what kind of horse it takes to run well in a race like this. 4-year-old colt, Constitution, Candy Ride, good pedigree. He's got that right running style. I think to handle a mile and a quarter. Don't think he can win, but I do think Indispensable can hit the board. And then the final horse we'll look at in here is Journalism. He's your 3-year-old, taking on older. 3-year-olds have won this race 6 times. So Arabian Night, the last one in 2023 to do it. He always finishes in the top 3. He has quality final time ratings and pace ratings are solid enough. He has a good finishing kick. His late fractions and his last fraction, very good. So Journalism is a horse that can certainly make an impact in this event. He's a 3-year-old that's of high quality and definitely capable of winning a race like this. Mile and a quarter is no problem. He was second in the Kentucky Derby behind your mile and a quarter specialist Sovereignty, your top 3-year-old in the country, and then Journalism at a mile and 3/16, just slightly shorter than this event, won the Preakness Stakes with trouble. And then he was second in the Belmont Stakes behind Sovereignty again. So no disgrace finishing second to Sovereignty in the Derby and the Belmont at a mile and a quarter, because Sovereignty loves that distance. And then Journalism at a mile and an eighth last time was just getting going in the late stages of that Grade 1 Haskell when he was able to get up late. And now he's finally going to run in Southern California for the first time since the Santa Anita Derby. I've always liked this one, and I think he's going to be a solid contender in here. And he gets a little bit of a weight break, so there's nothing wrong with that either. So we'll give out my top 4, and the one Fierceness will be my 4th choice. I think he's capable of winning a race like this, but he's probably the least reliable of the 3 favorites. My 3rd choice is Indispensable. I think he can hit the board. As I said, Sadler has had success in the Pacific Classic, and Flightline he's won with some other horses as well. Flightline obviously was highly talented, but Indispensable, he's no Flightline, but he can definitely, I think, at least spice up the exotics in here. My 2nd choice will be Journalism. Like this 3-year-old, he's still got a shot for Horse of the Year and the 3-year-old title, but he would, especially if he could win the Pacific Classic and the Breeders' Cup Classic, and he's able to defeat Sovereignty, because Sovereignty defeated him in the Derby and the Belmont. So Journalism's going to have to defeat Sovereignty to win the 3-year-old title, and then Horse of the Year as well. He was the only horse to compete in all 3 Triple Crown Series races, finally running right out of his barn this time after shipping across country for that Triple Crown season, and then also jumping over to run in that Haskell Stakes last time. And then he comes back to the West Coast now, and then they're going to run him after having some workouts at Del Mar. And my top choice in here, I'm going to go with Nysos. Just think he has a lot of ability for trainer Bob Baffert. He's only lost once in his career, and that was off of a long layoff from February of 2024 to May of 2025, facing horses like Mindframe. And for him to finish second there off of that long layoff, running in the slop at 7 furlongs, good effort. Then he came back to the West Coast. He won a little 7 furlong stakes race, a Grade 3. And then he looked good, stretching back out in distance for the first time since the Robert Lewis Stakes, when he won that one in 2024. And he looked good winning that San Diego, overcoming some trouble, not having the best trip, finished with plenty of energy. And I think that a mile and a quarter could be within reach. Nyquist, the sire, Bernardini, the dam sire, good jockey trainer team. Baffert and Flavien Prat 5 for 12 together recently. And Prat came out to the West Coast to ride him last time out, and it was a good effort. He could have rode Baeza against Sovereignty in the Jim Dandy the same day of the San Diego, but Pratt decided to come to the West Coast, ride Nysos, and now he's back to ride Nysos again. And let's see what Nysos can do at a mile and a quarter. And those are my top 4 and my final analysis for the Pacific Classic. And if you're interested in my full card at the Pacific Classic Day at Del Mar, you can find that full card at therunawayhorse.com on my shop page. I cover full cards at Del Mar each day. You can also get my full cards at todaysracingdigest.com on my handicapper page at their website. And if you need past performances for the Pacific Classic Day card, you can get those at todaysracingdigest.com. Don't forget to like, comment, and share these videos if you like them. Subscribe to my channel as well. It's free to subscribe. We just went over 7,000 subscribers last week. Let's keep this channel growing. Let's get to 8, 9, and then 10,000 subscribers and just keep rolling. And I'll keep giving out these winners, hopefully. I've been doing my Del Mar Horse of the Day videos. Each day that Del Mar runs, I do a Horse of the Day video, giving out my best bet for each day at Del Mar. And through the first 24 days of the summer meet, My top choices have 10 wins, 3 runner-up finishes, and 5 show finishes. So I'm having a lot of success with my Horse of the Day short videos. I do these longer form handicapping videos as well. News videos, how to use today's Racing Digest video series. Lots of stuff going on my YouTube channel. I post most days each week. And until I see you next time, good luck at the races.